What is up, you guys? This is Kobe here, and today I'm going to be doing another range comparison video, but this time for Chu Chu Island. And in my opinion, this is probably going to be the longest video. I don't know how long it's going to be just yet, but I'm going to be covering the three main areas in Chu Chu Island. That goes by the forest area, which has 100 arcane force, the river area, which has 130 arcane force, and Whale Mountain, which has 160 arcane force. Now today we're going to compare between 375k clean and 750k clean. So the rule applies, the final damage thing. Dark Knights actually just got a recent clean final damage buff, but our buff damage is still the same. So now we have 95% final damage. So I decided to scale my range to where I need around 731k clean to match 375k clean because of my final damage. Although it says 736, I'm just a tad bit over it, but my buff damage is still the same. Don't worry about that. So I'm going to be covering those three areas, as well as Hungry Mudo, normal and hard, with 350k and 375k and 750k range. But remember, range is it could be completely obsolete when you don't have other things like Arcane Force. So Arcane Force, I have 90 Arcane Force rocking for this video. Most of you guys, the average is probably going to be about 70 or 80 Arcane Force by the time you guys get to Chu Chu Island. But there are many players that already have 90 or above. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and start off with 90. As well as my nodes, I'm going to be using them at level 16. Keep this in mind. So 375k clean range, that is if I had 0% final damage, 90 arcane force, and level 16 nodes. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So the first place we're going to go to is the forest area, 100 arcane force. As you can see, our damage is hitting roughly around 6 to 7 mils with what we got going on buffed. It is quite low in my opinion, and it can take multiple hits to kill, even with 375k range. I'm going to go ahead and test it out. 1, 2, 3. So about 3 to 4 hits with range like this. It might be a good place to train, but I guess if it takes too many hits to kill for you, then you might have a better training experience at the cave area at Road of Vanishing, just because the kill rate will be higher. Even though these guys' base experience is insane, I really suggest you go to the the cave area in Road of Vanishing with range and arcane force like this. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next area. Here we have the river area, which you're able to swim through and stuff like that. And as you can see, my damage once again is just not in the ballpark right now. As you can see, even with the hyper, it takes about 3 to 4 hits to kill. So maybe like around 5 hits without. But remember, those of you sort of unfunded players, this is how much damage you'll be doing. Remember, with level 16 nodes when you do the quest line. And if you guys can't necessarily stand kill rates like this, then you can always just ask a funded player to help you out. I'm pretty sure most people wouldn't necessarily mind, although I mean that's just come from me, I don't know, but pretty sure most people wouldn't mind helping out other players for stuff like this and whatnot. So with that being said, we are going to be moving on to the 160 arcane force map. Here we have the place where I, in my opinion, struggled the most for the quest lines. I might have been hitting lower than I am right now when I did it. I don't even remember, but 160 arcane force is the final area, which is probably one of the worst places to be training at. Let's go ahead and count how many hits it takes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 hits on average. That's actually, I don't know, I think I'm stronger than I was before I started the quest. I mean, stronger than I was when I did the quest. Of course I am, but hey, that's basically how it is. So with 375k, maximum of 5 hits. Still, 5 hits is definitely quite a bit in my honest opinion. And if you want to go through that, that 2 hitting, maybe, I'm pretty sure damage like this and arcane force like this will have you 1-shotting or 2-shotting at the blazing Erdos, and maybe 1 to 2-shotting at, no, most likely 2-shotting at the cave. But yeah, that is basically it for 375k range. So without further ado, let's go ahead and test out wait a second, Hungry Mudo. We'll be moving on to Hungry Mudo. I can't believe I forgot about that. We have normal mode of Hungry Mudo. This place requires 100 arcane force to be doing full damage. So as you can see, it's higher than the maps we were just in. We're hitting, you know, the ballpark of 7 mils. But just because these guys have a lot of health, it does take multiple hits to kill. And with damage like this and arcane force like this, I would never recommend going in alone. This, I have to admit, this is probably damage worthy of going with a party. But when you're by yourself, this isn't that good at all. So, I mean, yeah, party worthy damage, but don't even think about soloing. So let's go ahead and check out hard mode. I said don't think about soloing normal. Definitely don't think about soloing hard. We're going from around 7 mil maximums to 5 mil maximums. Just because this place requires 100 more arcane force. 200 arcane force for hard mode Hungry Mudo. And plus, the bar that's right here, this goes down faster when you're in hard mode. So that's also terrible. I wouldn't even recommend doing hard mode with the party with damage like this. I mean, you can get carried, but as far as, you know, help goes, don't even think about it. Let's go ahead and see how many hits it takes for the sharks. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and those got in the way, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 hits. It takes 35 hits to kill them. That is ridiculous. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and be moving on with the 750k clean range. I'm going to be testing damage with my version of 750k clean, which is actually 1.462 mil, but I'm at 1.453 because my equips aren't too good and I don't want to equip all my arcane force, otherwise that would just be unfair. So we're gonna go ahead and test it out with this. So with 750k clean range, as you could tell, we're two-shotting. We'll basically be two-shotting most, if not all, the forest monsters. Remember, level 16 nodes, and you know, the 90 arcane force and stuff like that. So basically double the damage. And yeah, that's basically it for this area. So let's go ahead and move on to the 130 arcane force area. Next up, we have the river area, 130 arcane force, and by the looks of it, we're 2 to 3 shotting. 2 to 3 shotting, very good with 750k clean. Not too bad at all. This is definitely maybe some trending worthy damage. I know for a fact that you should, if not might, be able to one-shot cave. So if you're more of the one-shotting guy, I still highly recommend training there, unless you know you gather up enough arcane force to do the bonus damage. And I'm telling you, that is one big crazy damage boost. So it is worth it, and I definitely consider you know, stacking up on the arcane force. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out Whale Mountain. Now, once again, I highly don't recommend Whale Mountain grinding, but remember, this is basically just for the quest only. So with 750k clean range, practically double the range, we are doing about 10 mil, so easy 3 shots overall. So in the end, with 750k clean, you'll be 2 to 3 shotting, perhaps one-shotting once you stack up on that arcane force. In 375k clean, you'll be doing around 3 to 5 shotting. Now, I'm not necessarily gonna go to normal or hard mode Hungry Mudo on 750k range, because you know, you guys really get like the gist. But if the range only double, just remember, you'll probably be 15 to 20 shotting those sharks, and that's not good at all. But yeah, that is about it. So now I'm going to show you guys the hot training maps in Chu Chu Island. The map I want to talk about are the ripe wolf fruits. I believe that's the GMS name. And remember, I covered these maps in a Arcane River training and farming guide, and if you want to check that out, the link is in the description. I have every single map in Arcane River and, you know, basically stuff like that. So we have the ripe wall fruits. This is basically good for maybe the lower funded players or players that can't necessarily find a map at the end, which I will be covering. But I trained here from 210 to 215, and it's actually pretty good overall, so I like it. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this map. Next we have fly-ons. Now this map excels for classes like Night Lord or Angelic Buster, or, you know, just classes with mobbing skills like those, or, you know, classes like they can double flash jump and hit the top plats and stuff like that. Those classes work amazing here, like really well. So if you're a Night Lord or an AB, train here, you're not gonna hate it. Anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next map. The last map, we have Angry Fly-ons and Unripe Wall Fruit. This map is the map where just about everybody trains. This is the best map in the forest, as well as arguably the best farming map in Chu Chu Island. If you're not a Night Lord or an AB, that is. This map has great spawn. There's a portal here that takes you from the bottom to the top, and you're able to clear down fast as hell. And what you guys have in the Kanas and the Frenzies, and oh my goodness, this map is about to be really good. And that's all I gotta say for the forest area. Last map, and no, I'm not gonna be covering the 160 Arcane Force area unless you're like a magician with good teleport and you want to check that out. That place is really good for you guys. But the last map I'm going to be covering will be the Rhinos. I see a whole bunch of people training here, even like the Night Lords and stuff like that. And I trained here from 215 to like 225. So I was here for a while. And this map does not disappoint. The islands, the experience, I tell you, this is probably the reason why I stood here for so long. It's just because I love it. It's a fun map to train in. The river is like amazing, and then there's the new bait system that works as well as runes. I'll talk about that a little, like probably in the description or something. But hey, that's basically it for the Chu Chu Island maps. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, that is if you want to. Next week I am going to be uploading the Leshland. I'm going to be doing the exact same thing, probably at around 200 Arcane Force, you know, somewhere around that ballpark. But yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and peace out everybody. I hope you guys have a great day.